Hello everybody, so today I wanted to do an analysis of bot sentinel. Now, I'm not going to do one on Christopher Boozy because I don't consider him to be famous or a public figure. I don't know him outside of bot sentinel, and I only have recently come to know a bit about bot sentinel. So I don't think it's fair to do a review on him. I don't know him as a person, he's not a public figure. I don't think it's fair to do analysis of people who are not public figures. Of course, he does have a Twitter blue tick, and if I use Twitter a lot, perhaps, arguably, I could do a review. But I don't use Twitter. So it's not fair. But again, so bot sentinel, I'm doing a review on the app. And for people not familiar with the app, so it's most famous because it was going to be used to prove, in the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp trial, to prove that Amber Heard had been bullied. And it was going to look at different posts and all that. But then instead, so Christopher Boozy, who wrote bot sentinel, was going to be called. He wasn't called, and they had a different person called instead. So he was considered to be, or by Amber Heard's team, to be an expert witness. And he was paid by Amber Heard's team for that. Now, some people have said, well, that means that he is an employee of Amber Heard. Oh, shit. I don't know if he is or not. He might be. He might be an ongoing employee, or he might have just accepted that money that he got paid as an expert witness, because expert witnesses are paid. So how much he was paid, I don't know. Typically, you'd be getting somewhere like 5,000, 10,000 and up for being an expert witness, even if he doesn't appear. Get paid more, I believe, if you appear, get paid per hour, so forth. So he would have got a reasonable amount of money. Now, of course, how much that matters to him depends on how much he is making out of bot sentinel. I don't know how much. He says it's very popular, but I don't really know. And the thing is, it's not actually popular enough for its own Wikipedia page, which is one way to look at notability. It's not even enough to appear on a list of notable bots that are used on Wikipedia. So, or used on Twitter. So Wikipedia doesn't even mention it. It's not mentioned as an expert witness on the Wikipedia page about the Johnny Depp trial. You really have to search to realise that it was actually going to be used. Now, is it notable outside of that trial? Well, it's less notable. But there are people who are aware of it. There are people who are aware of it that aren't aware of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. Now, of course, it's also notable because it was used for Johnny Depp for Amber Heard saying, and it's argued that anybody who supports Johnny Depp or who opposes Amber Heard is a disruptive user, a bad user, who should be banned from Twitter, and he recommends them to be banned from Twitter. The problem is that's 95% of the world. So 95% of social media agreed and supported Johnny Depp. So he's essentially saying 95% are bad. And he's also said the same thing with regards to Meghan Markle, who I just did a video about. I don't know the percentages of people who support or oppose Meghan Markle, but I know that the majority oppose her and think that she's a terrible person. So again, he's going against the majority. And surely if you're looking at banning people, that should be a minority thing to do. Anyway, as for the app itself, so I vehemently oppose the idea of bots going around banning people. I know Facebook uses it, and I know YouTube uses it, and I know that they get it wrong more often than they get it right. And the reason they do is because machines are incapable of making those tough decisions where it looks one way but it's actually another. They're incapable. No matter how much you program it into it, they can't take it on a case-by-case basis. And bans are quite serious things that they can affect your everyday life, and in some cases they can affect your financial life. In fact, in quite a lot of cases, directly or indirectly. If you're a famous person, you're banned, you may have lost a source of income. So to be banned by a bot, it doesn't make it better, it makes it worse. Now, I know there's financial considerations, and YouTube and Facebook say, well, they can't afford to pay people to look through every report. But just imagine, there's people that are being banned who haven't been reported. There's people who have been banned for content that nobody has seen, with no avenue of appeal, with nothing to look at. And their bot sentinel can't ban, but they can recommend to Twitter to ban, and Twitter often does ban. And he quite proudly says, well, people get Twitter often banned because of his recommendations, therefore he's good, I suppose. But that is even worse, because he's not even an employee of Twitter. So he's not able to just say, well, I'm doing this for money, I have all of the constraints of being an employee. No, he's a private person. Bot Sentinel is a separate entity to Twitter. It's not a subsidy of Twitter, it's not paid by Twitter. I don't believe it is, at least. And that makes it even worse again. Bot bans are bad enough. This is even worse. And then he is adding on top of that the Meghan Markle and Amber Heard thing. Now, as far as I know, they're the only two that he's doing it for. But he's doing it against the majority opinion in both cases. And in the case of Amber Heard, he's doing it against the law. Because we have had a civil judgment that has determined that she was lying. She lost a defamation. She's been proven in a civil court to have lied. And he's now supporting her lying. That's arguably illegal. And he doesn't really have the right to do that. Now, he has the right to believe her lies. He's allowed to. And I have the right to say they're lies because they were proven in a court to be lies. So if he's going around there and saying, you believe her lies, and I'm going to use that term lies because legally they are, you believe her lies or I will ban you. And that's really cruel. I'm not going to go into about the Meghan Markle thing. Meghan Markle hasn't been sued for defamation. Different situation. But he's still going against what the majority is saying. And, he could say, oh, that's bullying. But does he know it's bullying? Does he know it's bullying if it could well be that they're just speaking the truth? Speaking the truth is not bullying. He needs to have some kind of caveat where he says, rather than just say, oh, Amber Heard is a liar. If you're saying Amber Heard is a liar, you're just speaking factually about the result of the court case. Now, if you need to add some other words about saying how awful she is that are not factually based in order for it to be bad in any way. And he's got them there as bully victims. Well, they're not. They're people she's a person who's lost a civil court case, which proved her to be a liar. And a lot of other things besides being a liar. But the most important thing is that she is a liar. Now, if she wins her appeal, she won't be a liar anymore. But as far as I know, she's not even launching the appeal in any real terms. But we'll have to see on that. Now, Chris Abuzzi is being sued by at least a couple of people. I don't know how many. I don't know the details of that. I don't need to get into that. My judgment is not of him into whether he's telling lies. My judgment is of his app. I think, firstly, I'm going to say bot bans are bad. They're generally a bad thing. Bans need to be personal. And you still get bad bans done by people because you'll have either the person doing the banning ban someone they don't like. They just personally don't like them. Of course you're going to ban someone you don't like, or someone who has interests you don't like. That's always going to happen. And of course you're going to employ people who align with what you personally think. That's a sensible thing to do, otherwise they're going to ban people you don't like. So that's going to happen. And of course it is the case that whichever political leaning the operator of the site is, that's the side that's going to be supported with bans. And the opposite side are going to be banned. Of course they are. And that's a natural, normal thing to do. It needs to happen like that. But then, of course, you do get the people that are going to make false complaints. And they're what some people call Karens, or I don't think there's a male equivalent, but whatever. And they're just going to make things up to get you banned. And so you do get unfair bans even with the personal system. But the bot system makes it worse, and the bot sentinel system makes it that much worse again. And not only is he getting people banned, he's getting people ratings. And they go from 0 to 100, 100 being really bad, 0 being really good. And he's just judging people, not celebrities. Again, arguably it's okay to judge celebrities in that way, they're public figures. But ordinary people, okay, by their Twitter handle. But you can just put your name in, or put someone else's name in, and it'll tell them how bad they are. Now, it uses words like disruptive, but in a lot of cases it's because they opposed Amber Heard, or they supported Johnny Depp. So it's almost like, oh, he basically said, well, you're not allowed to have an opinion on that, or if you are having an opinion, keep it to yourself, or you support Amber Heard. If not, he's going to get you banned. Now that's really bad. Now if Twitter was saying that, that's fine. The other thing is, Elon Musk, he tried to take over Twitter, he was going to. The main reason he said he wasn't was because there were too many bots. And he mentioned Bot Central as one of those bots. That he said that Bot Central was going against Twitter's terms of service and he wanted the bot to be banned. Now, the other people in Twitter, or I suppose the main Twitter people, have not banned them, have not punished them, have just said, no, this is fine. And the thing is, Elon Musk was in a relationship with Amber Heard, is generally still supporting her. And yet he's gone against one of the people who has been supporting her. Bot Central have really gone against people who have opposed Amber Heard in the trial. Just even lawyers who opposed her, who gave expert commentary that said, oh, well, she was guilty. They've been attacked by Bot Central, by Chris Boozy. And so Elon Musk pulled out of the deal, not just because of Bot Central, but because of bots like Bot Central. So now for my view. So in my opinion, Bot Central is extremely harmful, and I don't think that it is in any way helpful for anyone. I mean, what are you going to use it for? You're going to say, oh, I saw this tweet by someone I don't know. Let me look up to see if I should like or not like them. I mean, is that what you're going to do? It's encouraging bullying. It's not stopping bullying, it's encouraging it. I mean, if it was one thing, it's one thing if it was used as a ban bot secretly, but this is a public shaming, public naming and shaming. That's got to be bad. That's encouraging bullying. And I don't like that one little bit. In my opinion, Twitter should ban them. They should ban Bot Sentinel. And now, the next question is, should they ban Chris Boozy? I think they should. Now, obviously, that's less of an issue because he's just a person. But he's been using this tool to bully people. And I'd argue that he is an absolute bully. And yeah, it's not helpful. I don't use Twitter because of their reputation as being bullies. And I think Bot Sentinel and potentially Chris Boozy as well have been a big part of that. It's scary to see the kinds of things they've been doing. So my rating on this is absolutely terrifyingly bad. And absolutely, Twitter should ban them. And I don't even use Twitter, but perhaps I might if they did go ahead with banning them. Anyway, that's it from me. Bye-bye.